Ipswich Town were pretty in pink and terrific at Tottenham to claim their first Premier League victory in 22 years. But can they use this as a platform to kickstart their season? Good morning, afternoon or evening, depending on whenever you're watching this. My name is Harvey Bell. I've been a little bit out of action over the last few weeks, but I'm back and I know that I had to come on and talk about Sunday's victory because, of course, it's a historic occasion for the club. Had to take a couple of days first to calm down because those that are eagle-eyed amongst you would have seen on TV my initial reactions after the match.
22 years we've waited to say Ipswich Town have won a Premier League game. Come on!
How are you feeling?
I don't know, to be honest. I haven't processed it. I'm still nervous. The final whistle's gone and I'm still terrified. But the final whistle has gone. We've won it. Liam Delap into the name. Come on! Liam Delap! Liam Delap! Liam Delap!
I'm a lot calmer now than I was in that video, and I've had time to think about what I wanted to say. And really, the first thing that I have to say is full credit to the defence. I know R.O. Muric has had a difficult start to life at Town. I think, if I'm correct, he ended up being given man of the match against Tottenham for what was a really good performance. I've said a lot recently that for somebody that's 6'7", he needs to command his box better, and he did that against Tottenham. He was coming and he was claiming crosses. Now, the defence was actually set up a little bit differently. We switched to a back five. Axel Tuanzebe made a shock return from injury. He was centre-back alongside Dara O'Shea, Cameron Burgess as well, and then it was Leif Davis and Ben Johnson as the wing-backs. And wing-backs traditionally tend to get a bit more forward, but I thought Davis and Johnson were both very disciplined on Sunday, and that really contributed to what was a really good overall defensive performance. Now, I don't want to talk about Tuanzebe too much because I think as Ipswich fans, we should try and keep him a little bit quiet because I don't want everyone to know how good he is. But I thought he was absolutely brilliant. I think he's so cool, calm and collected. We know what Burgess is like. He wins everything in the air, and he did that again on Sunday. And Dara O'Shea, I thought, had his best game of the season at Leicester prior to their last-minute equaliser. But I think he bettered that again on Sunday. So he looks like he's really stepping into the zone and really coming into his own as a player, which is really, really good to see. And for a defence that has been disjointed all season and has been shuffled a lot, it's really nice to see this back five have a really strong performance. I know it wasn't a clean sheet, but we were undone by a set piece. I didn't see them get broke down much at all. I don't think we gave Tottenham too many opportunities to score at all. And I think a lot of that credit has to go to that five at the back. And I think they were really good. And I hope to see them sort of stay in the team and us keep that system when it comes to playing Manchester United in a couple of weeks. And obviously key to any defensive performance is the midfield. Jens Kajusti, what a performance he had. I think he's sort of stolen the headlines a little bit because I don't think anyone was expecting him to play as well as he did. Of course, with Calvin Phillips suspended, it was a little bit of a dilemma who's going to play, Luongo or Kajusti, and Kajusti played and he was really, really good. You know, he's big, he's athletic, gets stuck into the challenge, but also really good on the ball, and I was really impressed with him. Of course, playing alongside Morsey, you know what you're going to get from Sam Morsey. And then you go on to the forwards, Sammy Schmodix, Amari Hutchinson. Between them, superb work rate. Sammy Schmodix, you know, for what he doesn't really do in the first two-thirds of the pitch, he more than makes up for it in the final third. He's so clinical in front of goal, and of course got the assist for Liam Delap, who we'll get onto in a minute. Amari Hutchinson, those last 20 minutes of the game when we were trying to see out the game, he was so good at winning the fouls high up the pitch and breaking up play, and that was so crucial to us seeing it over the line. It's exactly what we didn't do against Leicester, so that was really, really important, and it was really good for somebody of his age to be as mature as he was. Liam Delap, wow, what a player. For a team that is battling at the bottom end of the division, 6 goals already is fantastic, and that's just the goals tally. His overall play is superb. He holds up the ball well, he's really fast, he's got a good skill on him, and he encapsulated all of that in Sunday's performance. So really, you know, you can talk about individuals on Sunday, but I think a lot of it goes down to everyone in the team because it really was a fantastic display. And I'm sure I wasn't alone in panicking when we went 2-1 down, because as soon as we went 2-1 down, I thought, I've seen this script before. We saw it at Brentford, we saw it at Leicester when we ended up drawing, and you just really panicked, especially when Maddison came on at the end as well. You thought they're going to equalise, but credit to Town. They were so well disciplined and so good at the back, and it's only given me more confidence for what's about to come. Now, the point of this video isn't to sit here and go on and on and on about how good we were at Tottenham, although it probably does deserve it because we did play very well, but to actually see how this is going to help us going forward in the season. And bar for being a massive boost of confidence, I also think what it's going to help to do is it's going to help to settle the team. So I alluded to it earlier when I said about the defence has been chopping and changing all season. But I think now Kieran McKenna has a system. He now has a core of players that are going to be in that team week in, week out. And that's going to really help us now because, of course, with the amount of changes that we made in the summer and stepping up to a new division, it was going to be a little bit topsy-turvy for a couple of months. But I really think that now that will start to settle down. We had 10 games where we were still playing in that 4-2-3-1 system. We've now gone to sort of a 5-2-2-1. I guess it is, you know, with Schmodics and Hutchinson almost playing as inverted wingers, maybe almost coming in as centre forwards behind Delap. So it's that system now, and I think we're going to stick with that against Manchester United. It makes sense to. We've won with that formation. And now to get that first win of the season, especially the day after Wolves won, is so beneficial because of the outside noise. And this is where it's going to really help us, because once Wolves won on Saturday, for a very short amount of time, up until we won, we were the only team in the top 5 divisions to not win a game of football. And that's okay for a day. You can live with that for a day. But what you can't do is then go weeks and weeks and weeks with all the memes on social media, all the pundits talking about it, because as much as players say that they don't listen to these sort of things, and the manager says he doesn't listen to these sort of things, there's only a certain extent that you can escape it. So to shut that noise off instantly is going to be massively beneficial. And I think the players deserve enormous credit for making sure that that doesn't go on for too long. Now, I'm not sitting here and saying we're going to climb the table massively and get to Europe, or at least I don't think I am. What I am saying now is I have more confidence going into these games against Manchester United and in the coming weeks when we go away to Nottingham Forest and Bournemouth, that actually we can go there, we can compete, and we do now have the ability to win the game. Because it's a weird thing, isn't it? You know full well we can win games, and we've shown we're capable of winning games, and we've shown that we have all the ingredients. But until it's actually happened, you do have that little bit of doubt in your head. Well, now that doubt is removed because we've gone away to what are a top Premier League side and we've beaten them. And this isn't to discredit Leicester, what I'm about to say, but had we have beaten Leicester last week and that was our first win, a lot of people would maybe be sitting here saying, oh, well, you've only beaten a side that were in the Championship with you last season, whereas now we've beaten a side that have battled at the top end of the Premier League and go far in the cup competitions. Nobody can disparage that win, and that, to me, is going to be so beneficial. So, of course, it's a massive boost of confidence to get the first win, but I think it shuts down a lot of noise, and I also think that it helps to settle the team, and it really makes it exciting now. It's a bit annoying that we have the couple of weeks for the international break, but that is football. Had we have lost on Sunday, we'd have probably been saying, oh, it's come at a welcome time so we can regroup ahead of Manchester United. But actually, you know, now that we've won, we're sort of sitting here saying we don't want it because it's a bit of a momentum killer. But ultimately, I wanted to come on and say how proud I am of the team, how proud I am of the fans, because I thought the 3,000 at Tottenham was superb. You know, I've been told by many Tottenham Hotspur fans that their home atmosphere is one of the best in the country. Well, I certainly didn't see that, but what I did see was absolute top away support, and that really helped the boys to see it over the line. So really, really delighted, as I'm sure you all are. And finally, we can say Ipswich Town have won a Premier League game of football. Thank you so much for watching. Sorry it's been a little bit of a while since my last video. Hopefully I'll be back a little bit more regularly now. But ultimately, when there's no transfer news, you know, there's not loads and loads to talk about other than the games themselves. So certainly in January, there'll be lots more videos. But for now, we'll try and keep a steady flow. But thank you so much for watching. And if you did enjoy, please do subscribe. Come on, you Blues.